when the flow is low, you have to run the generator to help the batteries. So we'll go into explaining this stuff later, but there's just this gauge here. You want to pay attention to this. So this gauge always wants to be above 7. 10 is really good. So when it's below, if you can see that, and then in the house I showed you the gauge. It was showing below 51.
Yeah.
In the house, if it's below 51, then you need to start it. Or if it's below 7,
okay.
you want to start the generator, because it tells you that the batteries are direct. You know, it's too much on the batteries.
They show them the battery.
Yeah. And so there's maintenance for the batteries as well. So each of these, like the old school batteries for cars, you have to make sure that you keep water in them, and you want to make sure it's distilled water. So you know, every 3 months or so you should be, you know, checking the water level on the batteries. These hoses are a certain amount of pounds. Okay, and they're all labeled with these, and so you can read it. And it tells you how many pounds of water is going in. Okay, and you're watching this. So when the flow is heavy, all these nozzles here are opened all the way, and it's all flowing, and it's generating and fueling the batteries. But when the flow is low right now, what you have to do is you have to come over here, and depending on the poundage, you're going to close these off as the ear, because then that pressure is what's going to make it spin. So there's a gadget that's spinning in here, okay? So that's why eventually, as it gets closer and closer, we'll only be running on one, so we have to really, really conserve, because this is creating the energy in here. So that's just a basic, and then I can go into more details later, but that's the gist of it. Each of these, so when we teach you and you guys start coming down here, open the valve, I'll say like the 3/4 valve needs to be, you know, turn so many notches, but you may not close it completely the first time. You may just do it at a certain time, and then you kind of figure out the calculation of which ones you want open and which ones you won't want. So it's kind of mathematical kind of whole thing.
Cool.
So.
Cool.